What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kiss move. Today, I am reviewing Control. Yes, Remedy's next game, and can't wait to get into it. Let's do it. So, Control has been one of the most, or at least one of my most anticipated games of 2019. Thanks in part to its creator, Remedy Games, who created the game Quantum Break. And if you're familiar with Quantum Break, Control looks and play a lot like the 2016 Xbox exclusive. However, Control doesn't feature any TV show tie-in. The casting isn't as Hollywood. Yeah, it's still a sci-fi thriller. However, Control is a much darker experience. Now let's talk about the story. You play as Jesse Faden, and you are on a quest to find your brother and to uncover the secrets of the FBC, also known as the Federal Bureau of Control, or the FBI. The FBC and its employees have been haunted and possessed by these demon-like creatures called the Hiss. This explains why in most combat scenes you are fighting against mutant-like creatures. Control explores, at least to me, I feel Control explores the CERN conspiracy, and it attempts to show you what could be happening with our government officials, exploring the different dimensions, possibly opening the gates of hell. Look up CERN and then play Control. It might scare you a little bit. Control also borrows techniques from Hellblade. Like Senua, Jessie often talks to herself and spends the entire game interacting with the voices in her head. I'm not the biggest fan of the story. Sure, it's a decent plot, but I didn't necessarily care about what I was doing or why. That's because Control did a poor job telling you its story. Everything kind of unfolded and kind of just opened up towards the end of the story, and by the end I was still kind of dumbfounded. I really didn't care, but the reason why I did keep playing, it wasn't really the story that grabbed me, or there was nothing that I wanted to uncover. It was nothing that I wanted to know next, but what kept me going in Control was its gameplay. Control has a satisfying gameplay. I mean, it's so satisfying, especially as you progress. You unlock different abilities. You'll be able to toss items at adversaries, and if there isn't anything nearby, Jesse starts to rip concrete off the wall or heavy floor tile off the ground and launch them at the enemies. Jesse will eventually learn to levitate, dash, summons a shield, or even launch lifeless enemy bodies at others. Control also features some of the best physics I've ever seen on console. The destruction is beautiful and realistic, from glass shattering to lamps falling off the desks to desks and tables being destroyed in the middle of a shootout. It's a wonderful thing to see. The visuals, to me, is a visual downgrade from Quantum Break. It is still exceptional. Character details are impressive. However, enemy AI aren't impressive at all. The facial animations are also less desirable. It probably gives Andromeda a run for its money. The game does take a performance hit. Oddly, when cleansing a control point or simply pausing the game, it causes screen tearing and the frame rate to drop significantly. So I never understood it. There was a lot of slowdown, and which made me kind of stop playing for a little bit before I could pick it back up. There's also some bugs where the dialogue becomes non-existent. You'll be in the middle of talking to an AI and they will be explaining the mission. However, there will be no words, and even the lip movement would stop, and it would just look like two people awkwardly looking at each other for about 2 minutes. And when I realized later that it was a bug, because I went back and was able to talk to the same character to see what the dialogue was. So yes, Control is a decent game. I mean, it has some pros and it has some cons, and honestly I feel like it has a lot of cons, but let's talk about the pros. We talked about the gameplay. It's impressive. If I enjoyed Quantum Break, I enjoyed Quantum Break's gameplay. I love the gunplay. I like the abilities you get. The more you open up your character, the more expansive the game gets. Allows you to play different ways. You get to upgrade your gun, upgrade your abilities. They last longer. Your health, everything. And there's side quests allowing you to really take on more tasks, expanding the game, and pretty much maxing out your character completely when you take on the different side missions and you find all the collectibles, which there are a ton of collectibles. It's one of the reasons why I'm still playing the game, is because there's a lot of collectibles, and this is a game that you can easily platinum or 100% completion if you're playing on Xbox. So if you're looking for a game to add to your arsenal for gamer score or platinum trophies, Control is a game you probably want to consider. Let's talk about the cons though. The game, even though we talked about all the abilities you get from creating shields and tossing items and dashing, the game, for a third-person action-adventure game, the fact that there is no cover system still boggles me. There's virtually no cover system. You can go prone a little bit, but you can't be prone and shoot at the same time, and that's kind of like a big gripe for me. Another con is that there is no waypoint, and it really does make navigating through the missions a bit difficult. And of course, the frame rate issues, which I'm sure if they've been reported, there's a ton of frame rate issues when it comes to Control. So, can I recommend Control? Sure. And let's talk about why, or the type of recommendation I would give this game. I played Control for over 10 hours, and I still expect to play more to unlock the remainder of the achievements. The gameplay is really that fun, and there's tons to collect. The story's dark and twisted, but it is forgettable. I'm not sure we're going to be talking about Control after a few weeks. Frame rate drops and glitches may annoy you, and the lack of a waypoint will keep you doing circles until you find yourself in a random firefight. Though I love me a good third-person action-adventure game, I can't recommend Control at a $60 purchase. I just can't do it. However, I do recommend anyone to give it a try. This is a perfect Game Pass game or a Redbox rental. 7 out of 10. I slightly recommend it. And if you enjoyed this review, please give me a like. Let me know in the comment section below. Please share this video. And for future reviews, make sure you keep it locked. Check back, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you guys for watching. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. Peace.